Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like the Dapper Dawn, giving them microphone, dressed like $1 million, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me, who could it be but Steve Harvey? Yeah, listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Why don't you join me? Yeah. Steve Harvey, get on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Won't you join in with me? If you're with me, help me say, turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on, yeah. Turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey got a radio show. Man, oh man, oh man. Whew. Hey, today I just want to say something that I don't think I've ever shared this way before. The title is very simple, and that is, it's been worth it to me. You know, I just kept thinking that this morning, that it's all been worth it to me. And what I mean by that is this relationship that I have with my Heavenly Father, it's been worth it to me. I can't even tell you the value that it has had in my life. I can't tell you how it's helped me to understand not only my purpose, but to better understand my past. That's critical, man, because I'm grateful for that, because so many people can't get beyond their past, an event, a set of circumstances, some calamity that besets them. Maybe it's been grief, something. But it ties so many people up. It's been so worth it to me. It's been worth having someone to go to when no one else was there. Do you understand what I'm saying? It has given me a place to go when no one else has been there. Oh, hey, man, we pulling for you. Hey, man, hang in there. Hey, man, keep your head up. All of that. But I got to tell you, man, you get yourself in some circumstances and situations in this thing called life when no one can help you but God. When the only person that could possibly understand or know what you're feeling is God. The only person that'll sit there with you through it all and understand everything about it has been God. It's been worth it to me, man. It's been worth it to me. It's been the biggest improvement in my life. I mean, man, as I look back over my life, man, forming a strong bond with God has been the most beneficial thing to me. You know, these things you read in writings in the Bible or whatever you're reading. You know, when you read scriptures and things of that nature, it's been around a long time. It holds so much truth to it. I mean, man, it's like, how could this have been written so long ago and still pertain directly to today? I mean, that's amazing. That is amazing to me. That has to be God at work, to have written something so complete, so dead on point, that if you read it today, it means exactly what pertains to today. That's amazing, man. That's why my spiritual walk, it's just worth it to me. And I keep saying it's worth it because if you sitting out there and you tripping like I was tripping, deciding, I got a few more things I want to do, a couple more girls I want to holler at, a couple more things I want to get into, I got a couple more deals I want to do, I got a little bit more dirt I want to roll up on me a little bit first before I wish I had known. I really wish I had understood exactly what forming a relationship with God would do for me. It's been worth every person who out there who hating on me, that don't even know me. It's because I have a relationship with him that I'm fine with that. I don't care for it, but it ain't gonna stop me though. See, because I know for a fact that haters make you greater. I know for a fact that haters validate your mere existence. I know for a fact that half of them is out of envy and jealousy because of something you're doing that they wish they could do or they want credit for. So they just, anything, all that, bam. And now you just all over the place with people. Man, I'm so grateful for this relationship that it has not allowed outside influences that do not have my best interests at heart to throw me off course. It has just been worth it. And if you're sitting out there and you're wondering about the benefits of it, I can't even tell you what it's like to know that when bad things are happening to me, the calming peace that I feel, that I know that that's going to be all right too. That I know that this too shall pass. That I know in my heart of hearts, man, that there's got to be a reason for this. And if I can just hang on in there, he going to unfold that for me. And he going to let me see it. But the number one thing I always know is I'm going to survive this one too. That this too shall pass. It has been worth it to me, man, to have this thing called faith, which is the belief in things that you cannot see. And to know, man, along the way that, oh my goodness, man, even though I don't know what's next, or even I'm not really sure about the next step, I do know for a fact that some more is coming. I do know for a fact, it is a fact that God will take care of me. It is a fact that he will never, ever leave me or desert me. If I just stay here where I'm supposed to be, he's coming. The Calvary's coming over the hill. He coming over the hill, and when he come over that hill, he gonna wipe out all this mess down here that's trying to hurt me. That I don't have to worry about my enemies anymore. That my enemies that are all around, you can surround me. You can shoot all the arrows you want. That's not to say that none of them ain't gonna come close, and I ain't gonna say that, I ain't going to be a little under some pressure, a little nervous about being shot at so hard. But at the end of the day, I know this for sure. Ain't none of them going to stick in me. You can shoot them, but ain't none of them going to stick in me. No matter what you do, no weapon formed against me. Nothing. You can't do nothing with me, man. I'm so cool. It's been worth it for me, man.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Steve Harvey Morning Show is coming on with a new tone, with a sense of accomplishment, with a little bit lighter heart this morning. The Steve Harvey Morning Show is, in the words of LTD, back in love. I get mixed emotion. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Harvey Morning Show. All together, Shirley Strawberry, Carla Farrell, that damn Junior, I have a name for you I've invented, and nephew Tommy. Morning, everybody.
Morning, everybody.
Yeah. What's happening?
Still basking in the glow.
Man.
Yep, still work to be done, but basking in the glow.
I done got a tan in it. I'm loving it.
Man.
Yes. A turning point.
There's hope.
A turning point. Yep, absolutely.
And, we kind of, the three other officers that were standing by doing nothing, they go on trial in August.
August 23rd.
Yeah.
And
sure
Carla gave me the charges that they're faced with.
Aiding and abetting.
Uh-huh.
And is it second-degree murder?
Second-degree murder.
And manslaughter?
Yeah, something to that.
Oh, so they got 3 counts too. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Not all of them are as serious as Chauvin's.
Derek Chauvin.
Right.
But I know at least they're going to get aiding and abetting.
Mm-hmm.
I know they'll get that. But I don't know about the other two. Carla?
Yes, sir.
Carla, you gave the charges for the other 3. What are those charges again?
Okay, so the other 3 officers, they will be on trial beginning August 23rd, same court building in Minneapolis, and they have been charged. They're going to try them all 3 together. The state has charged them each with 2 counts of aiding and abetting, 1 for second-degree murder and 1 for second-degree manslaughter. All of the former officers would face the same maximum penalty of 40 years in prison if they're found guilty of aiding and abetting second-degree unintentional murder. A guilty verdict on aiding and abetting second-degree manslaughter would expose them to a maximum of 10 years in prison, and this is according to NPR.
It's going to be interesting because,
Yeah, that's serious.
without reasonable, without what they call reasonable doubt.
Reasonable doubt. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you meant. That's what I said.
They may be able to come up with something for that. They may.
You're not going to escape
think-
all of them, though, dog.
No, and I don't want them to.
Yeah.
But I'm preparing for that. The one we needed to go was him because he committed all the dirt.
Yeah, it was his need.
But it would be a great message to send to other police officers that standing around watching one of your fellow officers commit a crime is also on your watch too. That's a great thing.
Yes, police reform.
Yep. Hopefully, it's the start of something. All right, Steve, we're going to do our regular show today.
Yeah.
And, we're going to switch gears when we come back at 32 minutes after the hour. Ask the CLO, Chief Love Officer Steve Harvey, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll have civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump and George Floyd's brother, Philonise Floyd, will be our very special guest. Can't wait to talk to them. Yeah, and you don't want to miss that. Yeah, that is at the top of the hour. But right now, we're switching gears because it's time to ask the CLO, the Chief Love Officer, Steve Harvey. All right, this one's from Kathy in Charleston, South Carolina. Kathy says, I'm a 30-something single female, and I live in a townhome with a shared backyard. I have a small garden growing in raised pots on my patio. There's an older couple living to my right, and they have a small dog that roams around without a leash. None of my neighbors complain since the dog is so cute. Recently, their dog came on my patio and ate a chili pepper from my garden. He was rushed to the veterinarian, and he's okay now, but my neighbors want me to pay the vet bill. Is this my fault?
No, hell no.
No.
What?
It's their fault.
Yeah.
You keep a little damn dog on a leash, or put a little something for him to roam on a little section of the yard. You don't walk your ass over there eating another pepper now.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's not your fault. You have every right to grow a garden on your part of the yard.
Yeah, they share the backyard. Yeah.
Paying no damn bill for your damn dog.
Put another pepper in Fido bowl.
Yeah. Or either give him another pepper, let him build up a tolerance.
Wow. Oh, all right. Tamika, and we're moving on. Tamika in Gulfport, Mississippi says, my parents are retired and my dad has bought an RV, so they decided to come to visit me. Their RV has now been parked in my driveway for almost 3 weeks, and they've overstayed their welcome. I never know what to expect when I get home from work. They act like they're parked at a campsite. One day they had a fish fry in the driveway. Another day it was a crawfish boil, and my dad barbecues every other day. My friends come eat and hang out with them. How do I tell them it's time to roll out? What?
Roll out.
Man,
There's some good eating going on.
Yeah, sounds like fun to me.
Barbecue. You come home from work and you got barbecue?
She mad.
Man, I'm straight.
Yes.
Thanks,
You don't have
Daddy.
to cook dinner? Uh-huh.
Hey, Daddy, can you do that dry rub tomorrow?
Yes.
Hey, Daddy, in that crab boil, could you put a little bit more Old Bay in there? I just want a little bit more. Huh?
Yes, sir.
See you tomorrow.
Yes.
Hell, I start charging my friends. I have fish fries. I'll be making money.
Uh-huh. So she wants to know how does she tell them it's time to roll out? Why would she even do that?
Well, I don't know. You can't. I wouldn't do that if I was
Not
you.
to my parents. No.
If ain't no neighbors complaining about it, must be a nice looking RV though.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody complaining.
The neighbors probably coming to get a plate.
You
Ain't
know
nobody
they
complaining.
are.
Hell yeah.
Is the food ready yet?
Yeah, is that corn and sausage in that crab? What else you got in that thing?
Knocking
And her
up that-
friends
Or what you do,
come
or what
to
you
eat
do is
and
on the
hang out.
weekend, tell them you want to go on a trip with them and let them drive a long way away. And then at night, you get down out the camper and go catch a plane back home. And then
Or-
just let them think
stay.
your ass is missing.
Or just let them stay. All right, here we go. Leslie in Gary, Indiana, CLO says, I had 3 bees' nests in my attic, so I had to stay with my sister and her husband while the exterminators got them out. I'm sleeping in the bedroom in the basement, and that's where my husband's home office is. I woke up in the middle of the night over the weekend, and I heard her husband mumbling. I could tell he was on the phone, and I assumed he was talking to a female. I wanted to confront him, but I don't know how. What should I say?
This ain't your business.
Nothing.
Damn, come on, Tommy. Me and Tommy at the same time. That ain't your business.
It really isn't.
You heard
Black
him
people
mumbling,
kill me.
and you
with that.
assumed he was talking to what?
Yeah,
No evidence.
nothing.
You
Just
gonna
that
let
he was
find your ass
mumbling.
gonna be back over there with them damn bees is what you gonna do. That's what's finna happen to you. I can see that now.
And how long
You
does it
move
take
in
to
and
do
with your
that?
nest still over there. They ain't got all them bees. I can tell you that right now.
Take a minute to get them bees out.
Yeah. Ass gonna be laying up there. You gonna hear more than some mumbling.
Yeah, stay out of their business.
This is not your business.
It really isn't.
You in this man's house. You in his home office. You heard him mumbling.
Just
Probably because you was
mumbling.
down there sleeping. He probably be
Yeah, maybe that's exactly right, Junior. Exactly
Trying to let
right.
you stay asleep.
Be respectful of you. Yeah. Wow.
Man, you a trip.
Black people don't know how to be guests. You a guest.
It's not your house.
Oh, that's why you ain't got nobody now but them damn bees.
Sharice in the Bronx says, I'm 48 and I'm still single and looking for my ideal man to spend the rest of my life with. I tell every new guy I meet that I'm dating to get married. Most of them have told me to stay in the moment and wait to see what happens, but not exactly in those words. After I tell them there will be no sex, the calls and the dates stop. I've been on at least 20 dates since January, and I'm still single. How am I supposed to date with the intention of getting married when men are only dating for sex?
Well, let me ask you a question. You don't even give a guy a chance to like you before you run him off. Just date, find out if you even like a person, if that person even likes you. Enjoy their company for a few dates before you break out this.
But what is she saying, Steve, as soon as she meets them on the day?
Okay, Shirley. Okay, Shirley. So we go out on a date. You be the dude. Go ahead and talk to me. Let me show you how it go.
Hey, baby, how you doing? You sure look nice tonight.
I look nice in a wedding dress.
What? Nobody know you.
Wait a minute. We're just getting to know. I'm just taking you over here, to the Red Lobster so we can have dinner,
Mm-hmm. If you like they biscuit and you want some of this biscuit, we going to need to get married. Because my biscuit got more than cheese on it. Huh?
That's me and my car speeding off. All right. Coming up next, thank you, CLO. The nephew would run that prank back right after this.
Damn, I want some of them biscuits now.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, our special guest, civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump, and another special guest, George Floyd's brother, Philonise Floyd, will be our special guest. You don't want to miss it. But right now, the nephew is here. Yeah, that's exciting. I can't wait to hear what they have to say after the verdict and everything. But right now, the nephew is here to bring us a little laughter with Run That Prank Back. What you got for us, Neff?
My favorite socks. My favorite socks.
Booties.
You pranking people about socks? What you
Hey.
What?
Hey.
Oh, like...
Hey. Socks are serious, okay? My favorite socks. Everybody got favorite socks, favorite bras, favorite panties, favorite drawers. These are favorite socks.
I don't.
Well, you probably don't wear the same socks twice. You different. When have you washed a load of clothes? Since you talking. When you washed a load of clothes?
I've never been in the laundry room.
Thank you. So you ain't got no favorite ass socks. Play the prank, cat.
Now you hating on his.
Hello, I'm trying to reach a Charles.
Yeah, this Charles.
Okay, are you the guy? Do you live in an apartment?
Who is this?
My name Benny, man. I live in. Let me say this to you, man. This like the third time this done happened, and I done got fed up with it. So I'm finna sit. We finna get this straight.
Hold up, man. Wait. Who are you again?
My name Benny, man. I live in. Let's listen. Do you use the washroom on the property?
Yeah, man. I use the washroom. What's up?
Okay, this is the third time this happened. Last night was the third time. Right now, the first time I happened to be in the washroom with you, and I come up with a shirt missing. Now the second time was my T-shirt, my Chicago Bulls championship T-shirt. I saw your girl with it on. Now last night was the one that drew the line. My favorite socks was missing out the dryer when I come back to get my stuff. So I don't know what you doing, man, when you in this washroom. If you decide you just gonna go shopping in the dryer and get what you want out of it from other people's stuff, man. But this ain't cool.
Hold up, I'm a grown man. What are you talking about shopping? I work every day. I buy my own. Listen, you call me tripping about some clothes, and worse, you call me tripping about some socks.
I'm right. They my favorite socks. So what I got a problem is, what makes you think you can start opening up dryers, getting people's stuff out, man?
Hold up. What makes you think I'm opening up? Hold up. You got the wrong one. Where you getting my number from anyway?
I got your number from the leasing office.
The leasing?
Because I told them I needed to. Say what?
They done lost their mind giving you my number, calling me with some about some socks.
Hey, man, they my favorite socks. And look here, I want my socks back from you, man.
I'm going to say this one more time. You done lost your mind.
Okay, I'm going to say this one more time. Either I'm going to get them socks or I'm going to get that one of the two.
You got a plan. You say you live in 5 what?
I live in
you
That's
got
where I live.
Stay at I'll knock on your door in about 10 minutes if it's okay with you, partner.
Hey, man, it's whatever. All I know is you better bring them damn socks when you bring your around here.
I'm going to bring
my favorite socks. You got my favorite socks.
And you crying like a little about some socks?
Man, the hell with you. You got my
man,
socks,
I'm gonna
man.
enjoy whooping your part.
Hey, man, you better have shirt. You better have my Chicago Bull championship shirt, and you better have my socks. You can't be taking people's stuff out the washroom.
That's fine, partner. You got 3 whoopings come. Socks, shirt, and a T-shirt. That's what you want. You got a whooping coming for all of them.
But that's fine with me, dog. But all I do, I want my socks back, man.
You act like my little sister with a crying. What
hey, man, don't worry about that. I better not catch you or your sister in my stuff. I'm going to tear it off her. You hear me?
You ain't going to tear a thing off nobody. You done lost your mind. First of all, why don't you just head on down to the washroom so I can whoop your now?
I'll meet you in the washroom right now, but you better bring my socks with you. You hear me?
I'm bringing a whooping to you, punk.
I'm going to put you inside that damn dryer and turn it on since you stealing stuff out of it.
You lost your mind. Let me tell you one thing. Hurry up, put your on, get down to the washroom now. I'm tired of my shoes.
I'm on the phone, fool. I'm already walking that way. So now what?
When you see me, you know me.
No, I already know you. Once you get busted in the head, you'll know what's going on.
I wish you ain't a man enough, but I'm going to...
I'll tell you what. How long is it going to take you to get your over there?
It's going to take me about 2 minutes, partner.
All right, then. And guess what else I'm bringing with me,
What you bringing now?
Is you listening to see what I'm bringing?
Man, what?
This is nephew Tommy from
man, I
Steve.
don't give a Say what, man? Who is this?
Hey, Charles, this nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show, man. Yo, girl, man. Chandria got me to prank you, man.
Man, y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. Man, I got one boot on. I'm on my way down the stairs. I'm going to beat somebody. Tommy. Come on, man. Tell me it ain't so. Man, I'm talking about, I know ain't no grown man on this phone crying over no socks.
Oh, man, some socks, crazy. Man. Some socks.
Man, some socks. Boy, you know y'all tripping.
Hey, man, I got one more question, baby. What is the baddest radio show in the land?
Man, that's easy. The Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Charles, I got you, man.
And there you have it. Let me
socks.
Just
pranking people about their socks.
Hey, just let me be stupid sometime, y'all. Just sometime. Let me be stupid.
Have at it. We have no choice.
Anybody fighting for that spot?
We've tried.
Okay. I'm just saying, just let me be stupid every now and then.
Let you.
Let me do it how I'm gonna do it.
We trying to get it to. No, we trying to get it to every now and then.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's just all the time that's really troubling us.
I do break it up on Friday night now. I breaks it up Friday night. Ready to Love on the OWN network, 9-8 Central. I break it up, have a little bit of sense, and make it, balance
and Tommy,
that thing.
We have some good news about Ready to Love coming up later in the show. Please. Please, you don't want to miss it. It's good news.
I told y'all not to tell him yet.
What?
Why?
I've asked y'all not to tell him yet.
Yeah, everybody knows.
He don't know.
Well, except for him, yeah. Well.
They finna turn my show off?
Oh, hell no.
No.
Ready to
don't
Love,
play with me,
kidding? Everybody's hooked.
The show is a hit.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this right now. Don't prank me by my show. Please don't do that.
You prank everybody else.
Whatever.
Socks,
whatever.
the job, the church.
Draws.
Funeral bodies.
Yeah.
But Steve, why don't you want us to tell him?
Not now.
Oh.
Not now.
Okay. We're going to wait for a couple of hours.
Can we
y'all
tell him
think that's
today?
a good idea.
You don't think
we
should
just want to make him wait.
Steve, you finna host my show, huh? What's finna happen?
You know he's capable. It's not like he can't.
I do
Did you
know
say
that.
Finster?
He did.
He did.
You say, what's Finster happen?
Just as country as you are.
But when you hear it though with your own ears and it ain't coming out your mouth,
He says
it's
it all
different.
the time.
It's different. Finster.
Coming up at the top of the hour, as promised, Ben Crump and Philonise Floyd, the brother of George Floyd, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, our very, very special guest is here now. He is our very own hero. He is on the front line of almost every major case for social justice in this country, for racial equality, for the downtrodden, for the little man, for the underdog. He is our own. He is the one and only Attorney Benjamin Crump.
Woohoo! hello. Hardest working
Steve,
Hero.
so very happy to be with you to announce that historic verdict for George Floyd. And Steve, I know you and the whole Steve Harvey Morning Show nation was fighting and praying for justice for George Floyd, something that we didn't often see, where you had a historic civil settlement of $27 million with policy reform, but then to get a criminal conviction of a police officer for killing an unarmed black man unjustifiably was something that was monumental. So I'm so happy, Steve, to come and thank you and the whole Steve Harvey Nation for standing with the family of George Floyd.
You know, for us, you know, yesterday we took nothing but phone calls. And I got to tell you and the family how of an impact this trial had, because we came to terms. We've never seen a trial of this magnitude with this coverage. Now, this trial was far more impactful than the O.J. Simpson trial, because this trial was for us.
Yes.
The O.J. Simpson trial just was covered. That wasn't for us. This was for us.
Yes,
and to listen to our listeners yesterday, Crump, and listen to the pain, the relief, the joy, the tears, and the moment we've been waiting for to watch what you just so described happen is something I didn't know that I would ever see in my lifetime. And for you who were standing with the family, and especially to the family, who has maintained a level of dignity like nothing I've ever seen before.
Yes, sir. Yes,
They called for peace when it looked like it was going to get out of hand. They called for justice. They explained themselves eloquently. They were on point. Please tell the George Floyd family, on behalf of the Steve Harvey Morning Show and all of us, how proud we are of the dignity that they displayed during this entire time. Sorry for their loss, but Lord have mercy. Y'all put up a great fight.
Well, Steve, I have one more exciting piece of news to tell you. You know how much I love you, Frat. But there is a young man on the phone with me. America has come to embrace him and love him. George Floyd's brother, Philonise Floyd, who, Steve, I want you to know publicly, every day for over 3 weeks, he went into the courtroom fighting for justice for his brother, George Floyd, his big brother, wearing a Steve Harvey suit.
Whoa.
What? What? Loney!
Philonise, you
Loney!
Yes, sir.
Philonise, you got a new nickname, Lonus. Lonus one of them suits.
Hey, he was looking sharp, Steve, every day in one of your suits.
Hey, Philonise, can I tell you something?
Philonise.
Yes, sir.
I won't call him that. You know, he belongs to us now. It's good to hear you laughing, brother.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Man.
It's good to hear you laugh, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really enjoy you. My mom, she used to talk about you all the time. We used to stay up just to watch you on Apollo.
Boy, oh man, oh, you an old fan.
Oh yeah, we are old fans. The Steve Harvey Show, new nephew Tommy. All y'all, man, y'all funny, man. Y'all crack me up, man. But Steve, it's been a blessing, man. Just to look at you blossom like you have. And the statement a long time ago when you were on that show with the contestants up there, that right there set you apart, because you might have slipped up or had the wrong information, but boom, you came right back, and the world just said, man, we love Steve Harvey, man.
Yeah.
Especially
hey,
how
man,
you
know
Family
something?
Feud.
Brother, I thank you for that. But, man, I want you to understand how important your brother has been what his life has meant to us as a culture. That's right. Your brother has given us something that we thought we'd never have. And our condolences to the family. But man, your family is one of the greatest families for civil rights. You all will go down in history as the family that changed, that started the change in this country. And I want to let you know that, and we are aware of it, and we thank you from the bottom of my heart with the dignity that your family portrayed, unheralded, man. And we really appreciate everything. And before you say anything, because I want to come back, we got some questions for y'all. We're going to go to break so we can come back. We are talking with two great people on the phone. We've got our friend, our longtime guy, Benjamin Crump, and we got George Floyd's brother. They want to call him Philonise. I want to call him Theo.
That's his name.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm feeling Theo, though.
Right after this.
We'll be back right after this. We're going to see if we can. He's smiling today. That's a good thing, man. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, everybody. We're back, and our special guest on the phone is our friend, Attorney Benjamin Crump, and Philonise Floyd, who is George Floyd's younger brother. And they are here today to talk about the verdict and everything. Benjamin Crump, let me just start with you. Your feelings as the verdict was read.
You know, Steve, I thought about so many people who you and I have over the years who was denied due process, who was denied belief in America that we have liberty and justice for all. And as that verdict came through, all those names, Trayvon, Michael Brown, Sandra Bland, Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, they all ran through my mind. And I said, thank you, God, because today is historic, not just for George Floyd's family, but also for children yet unborn. This will set a precedent that will give marginalized minorities, especially black people, a precedent that they know justice is possible. Yeah. And that's the thing that went through my mind, Steve Harvey.
Absolutely. Hey, now, Philonise Floyd, everybody. This is George Floyd's younger brother. You've been right there the entire time. Tell me how your family felt at the time the verdict was read and what you all have been kind of feeling and going through since the verdict.
Wow. Just at the courtroom, I was pacing back and forth, walking. I was nervous. And Attorney Benjamin Crump and my wife, they said, hey, look, whatever you have to do to be comfortable, if you got to pace yourself back and forth, do it. And I did it. And from that point on, when it was time to enter the courtroom, I sat there and I prayed for 30 minutes in the corner in the seat that they only allowed one family member to be in inside the courtroom. And when the judge came out and he said, guilty, guilty, and guilty, oh, I was just ecstatic. I was super excited. I didn't know what to do, but it felt like I had just won a championship. And all I did was think about my brother, because my brother, that's what he would say, man, we just won the championship. And my wife said, hey, we bringing this W back to Houston. But I told her, I say, this is for the world, baby. This is for everybody. This is for Emmett Till. This is for everybody who didn't even get that opportunity to have justice. And we prayed so much for it, Steve.
Hey, Philonise, hang on one second, man. We got to take a break. We're coming back. We're talking with Philonise Floyd, who is George Floyd's younger brother, and Attorney Benjamin Crump on the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, everybody, we're back, and we've been talking this morning with Attorney Benjamin Crump and with George Floyd's younger brother, Philonise. And we were talking, and we just left off, and Philonise was telling us how he felt during the reading of the verdict. What's kind of been your family's thought process since the trial has ended now. I mean, you've had a night of rest and sleep. I would imagine this is the first. I don't know, man. Did you have a decent night rest finally? Did you feel some sense of relief? What was it?
Steve, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really didn't even want to go to sleep. I was just excited and happy at the time because we never had an officer being able to be charged with accountability for killing an African American man, because as African Americans, we feel like we never get justice. So I was on cloud nine. I wanted to stay up, but one of Ben's co-workers, they said, "Hey, look, you need to go to sleep," and I did. But that was the worst thing I could have did, because now I'm sleepy and I'm tired. After that, all these other days, I've been up getting only like 3 hours, 2 hours, and 4 hours of sleep, and I've been functioning well. My body, I went to sleep for like 5 or 6 hours last night, and I'm tired. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, you done messed your system up. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Let me tell you something. The things that we fight for in life, it's great just to have the opportunity to see older people who've been through, I like to call it hell. They've been through hell coming up, drinking out of water fountains around the corner, not being able to come inside of buildings. Muhammad Ali, when he came back from the military, he couldn't even eat at the table. But all of those people are smiling and they look at me and they're telling me thank you. I said, don't say thank you to me. Thank you to technology. Thank you to that minor, Denala, who recorded the video.
That's right.
Thank you to that 9-year-old who got up there and testified against the people who was representing the Blue Wall. You know, it collapsed yesterday, and these lieutenants, these chiefs, they all were against what happened. And they all said, we do not condone that, and we do not teach that. And that let me know that we live in a world that can be changed. We can take the hatred out of people, but they just got to be able to accept love in their heart.
Amen.
You know, darkness is darkness. But when you shed light, Dr. King said it, that's the only way things are going to get better. Man, right. It's difficult every day. I think about my mom, you know, I'm not being here. I think about my brother, but his daughter is here, and she predicted this. She said that my dad was going to change the world, and she spoke on it, and she spoke it into existence. And also, Attorney Crump, he's not going to tell you, but he spoke this into existence too. He said it's going to be, the verdict is going to be the next day, and just like that, less than 24 hours, they had a verdict. Everybody thought it was going to take 2 days.
Wow, you know that now, Attorney Crump, were you surprised at how quickly the verdict was rendered?
You know, Steve, I predicted it was going to come back on Tuesday because obviously the video was pivotal. But the thing that really got me, Steve, when I knew this verdict was going to come back fast and it was going to come back in our favor, was when that 9-year-old little girl took the stand. And I'm a father. I have an 8-year-old daughter named Brooklyn. And when she said, Shirley and Carla, that, well, first they asked him politely, but he still didn't take his knee off his neck. I knew if there were parents on that jury, Steve Harvey, they were not going to send the message to their children that said Derek Chauvin's barbaric act of putting his knee on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds was going to be acceptable. And I knew they were going to give a verdict that would send a message not just to the world, but to their children. And that's what made me confident, Steve Harvey.
Wow.
Well said.
Hey, everybody, hang on right quick. We've got Benjamin Crump and Philonise Floyd as our special guests. We got more with these two brothers right after this. Don't go away.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, everybody, we're back with our special guest, Attorney Benjamin Crump, and our new family member, Philonise Floyd. This was a victory for all of us. This gave black people a sense that, wow, something can go right for us in this judicial system when it comes to the police. You know, And that's all it needs. And now, man, we got a lot of work to do, we know. But the passing of the murder of George Floyd, of your brother, has changed the way things will be viewed from now. Because I think, Crump, if you ask me, I think that the prosecutors in this, because we kind of had this discussion yesterday. Normally, the police department and the prosecutors are always in bed together because those two components form the case, right? This was the first time I've seen a prosecutor really go after a police officer with the aid of other police officers. And the prosecution did such a good job at presenting their case, they became stars. I think it's going to have a rollover effect to other prosecutors who want to get that same type of shine on their career when it comes down to cases like this.
God knows, I pray you're right, Steve, because you're right. Normally prosecutors, when they prosecute police for killing black people, it's like a fish out of water experience. But here, it was profound, and I will tell you this, Steve Harvey, when President Biden called us when we were leaving the court, he said, you all may not believe this, but many police officers are also praying for y'all to get justice, because they said what Derek Chauvin did on that video was not representative of them.
Right.
And they want people to know that this was immoral and inhumane.
Wow. This has been a great day for us, man, for all of us. And we really do thank you, Philonise, and your family for being the way you were. You know, sometimes you have a case and people get to talking about it and they kind of embarrass you a little bit. You know, you go, man, I wish they'd go somewhere and sit down. They messing this thing up. That was not the case with the Floyd family.
No, not at all.
You all's dignity and the way you spoke and you maintained such a level of grace and dignity, man. You made, eloquence. You made a lot of us so proud. So proud to say, boy, look at this family stand up here, boy. They doing it the right way. You call for peace when it looked like some of the things was getting out of hand. You called for peace. You kept the right tone. You had the right attitude. You didn't give them nothing else to talk about except y'all murdered our brother. Please let your family know on behalf of all of us, especially around the country, but here on the show, you made us proud.
Steve Harvey, Philonise says he wore the suit so fashionably for all the world to see in the courtroom. How can he get a year's supply of Steve Harvey suits? So every time he do an interview, he can be looking clean as the board of hell.
Boy, listen to me, Philonise. I am going to make sure the new collection that's coming out, you will get one of every single suit, shirt, tie, everything I got.
Go ahead,
I'm finna, boy, let me tell you something. I'm finna fly somebody to you, measure you up. I'm gonna send a tailor to you, measure you up, get all these suits, get them fitted to you so you look like real money. You ain't gonna ever have to buy another stick. You ain't never got to buy another suit. I promise you that.
That's nice. That's
a year supply. As long as I'm making suits, Philonise Floyd ass finna be popping.
That's crazy.
Wow. Better not catch you in nothing else.
Fly.
Thank you, man.
Better not see you in a Sean John or a straight hand. I better not see you in there. Another one of them monkey ass suits.
Hey.
You mine. You mine.
Yes.
You know what you would know. No, we different now, Shirley. This is the interview I've been waiting to do. Dog, I know this ain't gonna be proper. I know some people gonna have a problem with this here. But from now on,
get the beep button ready.
You ain't got to beep. I ain't gonna say nothing that requires beeping.
Okay.
You from now on is my
Mm-hmm.
You my From now on, boy. Anybody ask you, you can tell them Steve Harvey my
That's your frat brother, Benjamin. That's your frat brother right there.
That's my man. That's my Omega frat brother.
Dog.
Hey, Ben. When are you gonna get you some rest, man? Because you are the hardest working man we know, brother. Woo!
Hey,
Michael
we
Jordan,
trying.
civil rights.
you know, we trying, y'all, and seem like every time we take a few steps forward, y'all know, 10 miles from where they were having the trial, young brother Dante Wright get killed by this white policewoman claims she pulling her taser and shoot him. So, Steve, at some point, we got to come back and talk about that because ain't no way you mistake a taser from a gun when all the protocols they go through. And Philonise and his family, you're right, y'all. They have become the comforters and the counsels for this family who's starting to go through what they went through just a year ago. Wow. And we all get through this together, y'all.
Yeah.
Wow. You got to understand that if they can make federal laws to protect a bird, which is the bald eagle, they can make federal laws to protect people of color. So it's a time for change, and that time is now. Yeah. Hey, these protesters all around the world, they all ignited a flame in them, and I'm happy because they was out with boots on the ground, stomping in the honor of George and others who have been murdered. And this is big. This is major. Every country said, look, we not going to stop until y'all can breathe. And Miss Carr, she's having that opportunity now because I'm gonna fight for her because they didn't give her that. They didn't give her that chance.
Eric Garner, mother.
Eric Garner, Eric Garner. Eric Garner. We got Breonna Taylor. We got to do it for everybody. I'm right here with Breonna Taylor's boyfriend now, and this is ridiculous, man. We have to fight.
Hey, man, let me tell y'all something.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna let y'all go, but I gotta tell you something. I'm in Africa, right? And I'm taping Family Feud in South Africa. When I walked out on stage today, I got a standing ovation. I'm used to that. But when I backed up and I got ready to announce, hey, welcome to Family Feud South Africa, I'm your man Steve Harvey, they kept clapping. And then finally I just said, hey man, y'all come on. But they kept clapping. So finally we cut the camera off. I said, man, didn't they tell y'all that's all you got to do? They said, we clapping for the verdict, Steve. Congratulations.
Wow. My Lord.
Dog, this is in Africa.
Wow.
They said, Steve, we love y'all. We clapping for the verdict, man. Congratulations. That just happened to me tonight. I almost started crying, man. I saw it for myself today.
I thank you so much, Steve, man, for everything.
Man, let me tell you something. It was an honor for us to talk to you.
Yes, it was.
Thank y'all so much. Congratulations, man. We got a lot of work to do.
Yes,
right.
Thank you.
Y'all the heroes out of this deal. Hey, y'all put your hands together for Benjamin Crump and Philonise Floyd. Thank y'all for calling.
Sir.
Yeah.
We love
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for the Strawberry Letter for today. And if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air like we're going to read this one. You hear it right here, right now.
Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject, if he wants it, he has to pay. Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm a 37-year-old single mom, and I've been divorced since my child was 3 years old. My ex-husband did not contribute financially to me and our daughter in the years past because he had some health issues with which kept him from working for a long period of time, and he ended up moving in with his dad. Our daughter is 13 now, and my ex-husband has a great job again, and his health is much better. He has a new home, and he's still a single man. He recently poured out his heart to me and said he's single because he still loves me and wants his family back. I don't believe him because he's had many years to prove it. Even when he was ill and his finances weren't all the way together, I would have been there for him and helped him out, even though he cheated on me in the past. That's what led to our divorce. He had a long-term relationship with another woman, and she came to my house with the jewelry he bought for her, and she was driving the car he bought for her. I was very hurt, and we went to counseling, but the only reason I did that was for my daughter's sake. Over the years after our divorce, I forgave him, and I stopped hating him. He and our daughter are best friends now, and she's been bugging me to give her dad a second chance. I don't trust him, and it is his fault. He knows if he wants me to consider seeing him again, he has to really bring it this time. I don't want to ever have to wonder where he is or who he's with. I want control of all of the money. I want all of his passcodes, and he can't be on social media or have female friends. He said that it's too much to ask for, but I don't think so. If he wants me, he has to pay. Am I going overboard? Please help. Nah, I don't think you're going overboard. I mean, if that's what you need right now to feel secure, and you may change later, that's what you need. And I just say don't waste your time anymore with this guy. I mean, you gave him your terms, and he said it's too much. It's probably about controlling all the money. That's probably where he had a problem, but he didn't like your terms. So there's your answer. I don't think he's ready right now. I think a person who wants his family back and who still loves you would want to do whatever it takes to make it up to you. I mean, did he forget that he cheated on you and that's what led to the divorce? At that time, the trust was broken, and that needs to be rebuilt. It's change of behavior. It's actions, not words, that you need right now because you don't believe him, and he's given you no reason to. At least you didn't mention it in the letter. He's given you no reason to believe him. Of course, your daughter wants you guys to be back together. I mean, most kids hate divorce. It's very hard on them. But you have to explain it to her, since she's bugging you to give him a second chance, that his actions prove that so far he doesn't deserve a second chance because he can't commit to giving you what you've asked for. You've forgiven him. You no longer hate him. And I'm assuming you're on friendly terms with him. So just leave it at that for right now. If he really, really wants you, then he'll do what it takes, what you want. Steve?
Wow. If he wants it, he has to pay. The problem with this letter, though, is the payment is all her terms. And I think what she should have did was, if I were her, I would have gone about this a little bit slicker if you're going to consider. But let me help you. I think you should consider this, and I want to show you why. You're single, divorced, 3-year-old. Your husband didn't contribute to the relationship before because he had health issues, kept him from working. He ended up moving in with his dad. Your daughter's 13, so that's 3 years. That's 10 years. Your ex-husband has gotten on his feet. Great job. Health is a lot better. He has a new home and is still a single man. This is the first line I want to bring to your attention. He's back on his feet. He's financially strong. He has a new home, and he's still single. Could it be true? Or let me help you understand that it's true. Hard to have chicks on the side and buy a new house at the same time. Hard to have chicks on the side and buy a new house at the same time. I just want to share that with you.
Is it impossible?
Not saying it's impossible, but I'm just telling you. Mm-hmm. Then he poured out his heart to you. He told you he's single because he still loves me and he wants his family back. That could be true. Now, you don't believe him because he's had a lot of years to prove it. Well, what broke y'all up before was 2 things. He cheated, you say, and a lot of it was finance. He couldn't contribute, couldn't take care of his family, nothing. And that's very important to a man. So maybe he wanted to wait until he could get back on his feet, get his thing together so he could come to you with something. This is all a possibility. Now, you're saying you would have been there for him and helped him out, even though he cheated me on the past. But you didn't, see. And you didn't probably because he cheated on you. And that's perfectly understandable. But you said you would have been there for him and helped him out. Why would you do that to somebody that cheated on you? And the man know he was wrong, so he done got himself together. Now, that's what led to your divorce. He had a long-term relationship with a woman. She came to my house with the jewelry he bought her and the car he bought her. Well, that ain't happening no more. That's over with. You were hurt, and y'all went to counseling. When I come back, I'm going to tell you what I think your move should be.
All right, Steve, hang on to your response. We'll have part 2 coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. If he wants me, he has to pay as a subject. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter subject. If he wants it, he has to pay.
37-year-old single mother with a child, 3 years old, by her former husband. The daughter is now 13 years old. They broke up because of health issues, because it kept him from working for a long period of time, and he had to move in with his dad. Now, he's back on his feet, got a new house, and he's still single, and he poured his heart out to her, told his woman he's single because he still loves me, he wants his family back. This could be true. You say you don't believe him because he had a lot of years to prove it, but he was getting back on his feet. And if y'all broke up before because he had to move in with his dad because he cheated on you and he didn't have himself together because he couldn't work, right? Maybe he wanted to get himself together. Well, he did. Now, he had a long-term relationship with this woman that came to your house. I don't know when she came to your house.
Really?
I don't know when this was. This was just a piece of information that came out of nowhere. You didn't say when y'all was married, after the marriage. I don't know when she came to the house and you saw all this jewelry in this car. And you were hurt. Y'all went to counseling, so it must mean, I guess, y'all were still married. But the only reason I did that was for your daughter. Because over the years after the divorce, you've forgiven him, stopped hating him, and he and your daughter are best friends now. She's been bugging me to give her dad a second chance. Now, you say I don't trust him and it's his fault. Okay, that's true. And you're justified in feeling exactly that way. Got it. He knows if he wants me to consider seeing him again, he has to really bring it this time. So now, you don't ever want to have to wonder where he is or who he's with. That's okay, cool. Now, here's where the demands may have stopped this from happening. I want control of all the money. I want all of his passcodes, and he can't be on social media or have female friends. He said that's too much to ask for. You need to find out which one is too much. Because if he got to have female friends, if that's the part that's too much, leave his ass right where he is. If he don't want to give you his passcodes and all that, leave his ass right where he is. But if it's about this money, like Shirley said, which I think it is, could it be because he done got on his feet, is proud of his accomplishments, he's willing to share, but he ain't finna give you control of it. And a lot of people, they are not going to relinquish control of it. So now, he say that's too much to ask, but I don't think so. If he wants this, he has to pay. Am I going overboard? Please help. I think you need to demand everything except control of all the money, and I think you all should have joint control of the money. Nobody should feel like they can't make a move in a marriage without asking another person. You are both adults. These women on the show would not go home and not be able to shop or buy something when they want to. They got to ask their husband, can I have this? Can I have that? Anybody can do that?
There's just a limit somewhere. Everybody knows
man,
limit.
Come on. And now ain't no man finna marry no woman, give her all the money and go, can I buy this? Can I have this? Can I go play golf? Can I get some money? No one.
Get on my nerves.
So now, do I think you're going overboard? If you're demanding all this, yes. Now, if he don't want to give you his passcodes, and he want to have female friends, then you got to leave him alone. Mm-hmm. But if it's about that money, y'all got to work out something where y'all both can have control and say so over the money, and y'all each still have an individual life with your own money. You got to have that in a relationship to move around. Because that get old real quick, having to ask somebody for everything.
Ooh, Lord.
Shirley, Carla, how would you feel if y'all had to go and ask your husband for everything?
Oh, I'd be single, Steve. I'm just going to say that.
Nah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm just going to say it. I'm surprised I've been married this long.
What you say? Pat yourself on the back right now.
My damn self.
Okay.
Shirley say, first time you asked Shirley divorce papers.
Nah,
Because I'm going to tell you, I mean, Marjorie controls a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, she has access to everything, and she knows where everything is.
Mm-hmm.
But control all of it? Hold up now.
Right.
Well, I think
we
they
gotta
need
have
to
some conversations.
Yeah, they need to discuss it because he just cut her off and said that's too much. Well, let's talk about it, And she has
dude.
They need to talk about it. They do.
Man, if you really want your family back,
show her.
then you want your family back. But this time you need to act like she a family. And I'm telling you, money was a big part of why they broke up before, because that's the first thing she said. He was unable to support us, and he had to move in with his dad.
Well, he had health issues, yeah.
So you wasn't going to take care of his ass, and you wasn't... What?
He was cheating. Let her take care of you.
What happened to sickness and in health? You got to move on. You got to move in with your dad. You can't crawl up steps. No, you got to move in with your dad. Going over there, he ain't got no steps. I'm not going to be helping you up these steps every night so you can go to bed. What you mean, bring the toilet in here?
If he cheated.
We ain't finna do all this now.
Right.
Go on in there. Your daddy's strong enough to help you up them steps. I can't do
it. I got to take care of this baby.
Man.
Okay.
All right, listen, thank you, Steve. Post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. Check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand, please. And coming up, 46 minutes after the hour, Junior and Sports Talk right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Right now, it is Junior and Sports Talk. What you got, Junior?
Oh, Shirley, Tommy, Junior, Carla, listen, this is going to be great here. Look, you in the UFC? Yeah, I did. I put myself in. Yeah. Ain't I on the team?
Yeah, you part of it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I caught myself in there. You in the UFC, man. I'm just now starting to get into this, but it's a big fight Saturday. Karamu Usman versus Jorge Masvidal. 2.
Yeah, this is number 2. I don't know how I'm going to watch this in Africa, but I got to see this.
I'm just starting to get into this, man. This is crazy. Usman won the first one. He defeated Masvidal in the first meeting, but Masvidal holds the record for the fastest knockout in UFC.
He not going to do that to this boy. Not the Nigerian Nightmare, Junior.
No.
Your Usman is the Nigerian Nightmare. The regular fights are 3 rounds, 5-minute rounds. The championship fight is 5 rounds, 5 minutes. 5 minutes of fighting?
5 minutes?
Without going to sit down?
Wait a minute, but everything go, though. They use elbow, feet,
head,
chokeholds.
Kick you dead in the mouth.
Ooh,
If you put your toe on my face, when I do wake back up,
when you do wake back up.
Yeah, your ass needs to be in that locker room. You better not be in this cage nowhere.
Now, they use 4-ounce gloves.
They just bad gloves. They got
they just barely covering the hands.
So when you get hit in the face, you feel the whole knuckle in your chest.
You think you fighting in 1920 and Jack Johnson didn't just hit your ass dead in the mouth with them tight ass shorts on, with them boxing shoes with no socks and they fought to the death. Hey dog, they had 50-round fights back in the day.
Wow. Who fought 50 rounds?
Dog, it was till you won. They would have 50, 60-round fights.
That's just barbaric.
That's a whole day. That's like 8 hours, ain't it? That's like a job.
Barbaric.
Man, Well, I'm looking forward, man. I'm gonna get this fight, man. I got to see this. This is gonna be something we're gonna have to look forward to looking at, man. Cause I'm gonna have to put my money on somebody named Nigerian Nightmare. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with somebody with a scary name. Nigerian Nightmare, money going on him.
When he won the last time, he got up in the camera and said, "I'm a problem. Put some respect on my name, cause I'm a problem."
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sounds scary.
Yeah, this gonna be
two
good,
ladies
man.
fighting too.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, them ladies
Women
in the
into
UFC,
it.
them be some good fights.
Yes, they do.
All right, thank you, Junior. Coming up at the top of the hour, Carla's reality update right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Tommy, introduce our girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, she is here, the one and only Carla Farrell with what? Reality Update.
All right, thank you, nephew.
Coming in hot.
So silly. Thank you, Shirley. Coming in hot.
You're
I love
welcome,
it.
girl. Coming in hot.
All right, let's talk about Married to Medicine. Reverend Al Sharpton invited Dr. Damon and Dr. Heavenly to conduct COVID testing during the March on Washington. Now, this was back in August that they extended this invitation, and Dr. Damon and his wife, Dr. Heavenly, they invited all of the Married to Medicine doctors to join them in D.C. They chartered a private jet, private planes. The doctors was doing it up big, and they, got to D.C. and they accepted this mission, and they wanted to help and do what they can. And so while at dinner in D.C., Reverend Al Sharpton told the doctors that providing COVID testing at the march was very important, because one of the reasons he was saying it 57 years ago when Dr. King had the March on Washington, they didn't even have black doctors like the doctors on Married to Medicine. So Reverend Al Sharpton was saying how important it was for the doctors to be there, to be present, to test some of the marchers and COVID testing and doing their part. And the doctors appreciated that. Also, special guest attorney Ben Crump was on Married to Medicine. He was just on our show about an hour or so ago this morning, and attorney Ben Crump, he was a special guest at the dinner too, and he talked to the doctors about racism and what's going on in America, and he talked to the doctors about racism in the medical field. And Dr. Eugene, Dr. Damon, and Dr. Contessa, they all talked to Benjamin Crump, and they opened up about times that they have dealt with racist patients. And discussing with the group, Benjamin Crump discussed with the group about how moving forward.
Oh, okay. Well, you think you was sick when you came in here?
Yeah.
Wow. You don't want me to take care of you because I'm African American, and they say they deal with that a lot as well. So, these doctors their home bases in Atlanta, in Georgia. So they talked about that too. So they talked about racism being a pandemic in America. So it was a very, very good episode. So shout out to Married to Medicine. We love Dr. Jackie. She listens to the show all the time. Morning, Dr. Jackie. Moving on, season finale of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Thank goodness. That show there, I don't understand what was going on this season.
A lot happening.
It was a lot happening, and there was almost a fight. Cynthia hosted this Christmas party, friend miss party with the Christmas gifts, and they were all supposed to purchase a gift over $1,000. Drew did a gag gift, and it was just a lot. It was just a lot going on. Drew was mad at LaToya, saying she was sleeping with a family friend who is a prophet. And she's saying that LaToya broke up this man's engagement. All kinds of drama.
With the prophet?
With the prophet. In the prophet. Okay. What's going on was the prophet?
Well, he probably told her it was going to happen.
I was waiting on you to say that.
Something. Yes.
The season is over, so next is the reunion show. So I will check out Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Cynthia kicked the ladies out of the Christmas party because they, almost started fighting in her house. You got to go. She kicked them out. Yeah. You
Didn't she have some llamas?
She had llamas at the Christmas party, and then she kicked them out. But the Christmas carolers were out there with them. Because it was a Christmas party, I guess she was trying to do some holiday-themed reindeer type. I don't know. It was crazy, Junior. Huh? What'd you say, Tom?
Michael Jackson used to have llamas. Llamas?
Steve, that's a Steve question. Neverland.
He had everything out there.
He did. Yeah.
Llamas, monkeys. He had elephants brought in for a special guest one time.
Oh wow.
Elephants.
Why elephants?
All right.
You definitely can't let them elephants stay though. They got to go back right after the event.
I'm not going to ask you why because we don't have time, thank God. But we will be back at 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, it is time for Tell Me Something Good News. Ladies and gentlemen, this is really good news. The Will Packer produced dating series hosted by our very own nephew Tommy, you know we love it, Ready to Love, has just made a major announcement. Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please.
What?
All right. We got to do it big. Because you know how much we love Ready to Love. All right, Tommy. Yes. All right, Tommy. For the next 4 episodes, a very special guest on Ready to Love, the one and only Steve Harvey. Whoa! It's going to be a special 4 episodes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Congratulations, Steve. Uncle
My man.
Do what?
Boy,
Never thought we'd surprise you,
boy.
man.
Yeah, remember we told you earlier we had a surprise Ready to Love
This ain't no
announcement.
damn
Man, it's
surprise.
live.
What is y'all talking about?
Let me go live right now.
No.
We're going live.
We're going live. We got to tell everybody.
Hell no.
It's
We on the air. We
episodes.
telling everybody.
Yeah.
He finna do what?
Steve will be a special guest for 4 episodes, Tommy. Your uncle.
Uncle Neff. Yeah.
Together. That's going to be good. Yeah.
Who the hell? Who approved this here?
You heard me say Will Packer.
Well, yeah.
Will ain't told me nothing.
Well, they have
Well,
a
it's Will's
relationship,
show.
Tommy. Yeah.
We telling you.
What? I need to talk
All right,
to
we'll
Will.
let it marinate with Tommy, and we'll be back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show at 33 minutes after.
Boy, get your ass out here. You ain't ready to love.
That wasn't no reaction, I thought.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so when we left, we had some exciting news about Tommy's show, Ready to Love. They made a major announcement, and now Steve is going to be a very special guest for 4 episodes of Ready to Love. Congratulations, Steve.
Man.
And Tommy, too. That's great news.
Way to go.
I ain't heard nothing about this here.
Well, we was trying to surprise you, man. It's like, it's just a thing, you know, because I've been giving love advice on the show for a long time, and I wrote the book. And Will Packer did the movie Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man.
I know all that too. Go ahead.
You know, and I let you in that. Well, I mean, you know, he was good. I mean, you know, I've been good a long time.
But go on, tell me what you supposed to be doing on these 4 episodes you're going to be on. What is you supposed to be doing?
Well, they wanted a different take on the show, so they asked me to come in and provide some, like, you know, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man love advice to the couples. You know, cause
you ain't even seen the show. How's you supposed to come on the show and help somebody with anything?
Well,
you ain't even seen the show.
You know, once you pay me, I'll find a way to help.
We ain't got no budget for you.
Well,
hell, I'm over there struggling with the budget. I'm on. How they got some money for you?
Well,
well, hell, we need to get Will. Will finna meet Thomas now. That's what finna happen. But Will finna to meet Thomas Miles.
Well,
go ahead.
But see, you're not gonna be in like all the episodes when I'm there.
So what like you mean I ain't in the episode
on my show? What did you? Hey,
it's
man.
still your show. It's just.
Can you complete a sentence, Tom?
No, y'all might want to go to a commercial. Y'all might really want to go to a commercial right now.
But see, dog, the budget. Will worked it out.
Huh?
Will
worked out some money.
Ooh, 2 W's in a row. Uh-oh, he's mad.
When Will found some money? When did Will find some money?
Well,
I talked to Will last Wednesday. When I talked to him Wednesday, he ain't had no money then. So how in the hell Will found some money for you?
Because yesterday was Wednesday.
But see, on Wednesday, he came to me and just kind of, gave me the idea. And I said I would. I thought it would be cool. He said, y'all can announce it on the show as a surprise to Tommy.
Okay, cool.
Well, you the one always tired.
Look for me to be in Africa next week, co-hosting Family Feud with you. Look for me next week on that.
Well, that's going to be a problem.
I got a passport. I know how to get there.
I don't see why you guys just can't work together.
Y'all work together on this show every day.
Yeah. What is the problem? All right. Surprise.
Will ain't said nothing about this here.
Coming up in 49 minutes after the hour, we'll do our last break of the day, and we'll have some closing remarks from the one and only Steve Harvey right after this.
Wait till I talk to Will.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we are, last break of the day. This is our last break of the day. Thank you, first of all, to Attorney Ben Crump and Philonise Floyd for coming on and letting us know how they felt about that historic verdict about the Derek Chauvin case, in the Derek Chauvin case. So thanks to them for coming on. They are our family members. And the nephew.
Yeah. It was a great interview, Steve.
It really was,
Crump.
Steve. You did your thing.
And
Wow. Thank you.
Floyd. That was so fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank Mississippi Monica for booking that and making it happen.
Yes, great job.
Because we're the
Great
first
job,
one, because he told Monica, we want Steve Harvey Morning Show to be first.
Yeah,
You know.
they're our family.
Exclusive. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Nephew, you all right?
Oh, I'm going to be all right.
Can we really have a drum roll, please? Nephew Tommy.
Sure. Nephew Tommy, here's the drum roll. The announcement about me being a special guest on the show and allowing you to take some time off. We are proud to say that it is true that I will be a special guest on the show, but your ass just got pranked. Live on the radio, booty tightened up and everything.
Yes, it did.
Lip started hanging on the floor, trying to call Will on the break.
Will
get some money.
So tell everybody in case they missed it, what happened, Steve?
What happened was Shirley had a special announcement for Tommy.
Still do.
And still does. I hijacked it and told her to tell Tommy that the special announcement was I'll be making 4 special guest appearances on Ready for Love. And then he was worried about the budget. How they gonna pay you? They struggling. Well, you ain't gonna be there.
For all of them.
On the commercial break, he was trying to call Will, and Shirley and them said you ought to let him off the hook. I wasn't. I was going to just ride it all the way out.
This is such great news, Steve. We are very proud of Nephew Tommy and his show, Ready to Love. They received a Best Dating Series nomination for the MTV Movie and TV Awards. So congratulations, Tommy. We want everyone to vote, everyone to please vote for Ready to Love now through April 30th at vote.mtv.com. Congratulations, Tommy.
You'll probably get your first Image Award.
Wow. Yeah, man.
NAACP Image Award probably comes shortly. Because when your show start getting recognized like this and start getting nomination, the industry perks up and listens. Because they got to give this award. They ain't just make it up and give it to you. They have this, and of all of them, yours is the best. So you in this could be a long ride, and OWN can't take off award-winning shows. You ain't.
And it's so good, Steve. The show is just so good. Yeah, grown people. It's really good.
Y'all
I've
ain't
been watching this since day one, nephew. Day one, I've been watching.
Oprah ain't dumb like NBC. NBC will cut off their nose to spite their face, but I thank God for them though. But you, on the other hand, are with Oprah, and they got an award-winning show. So congratulations, Nephew Tommy. That's a big award. Aww. Anytime you get recognized for your work over and above others.
Yeah. So again, we want everyone to vote now through April 30th at vote.mtv.com. Vote for Ready to Love, hosted by nephew Tommy. Congratulations, Ready to Love.
Thank y'all.
My man.
Yeah, Tommy, we're proud of you. But we had to
And
prank
your
you, though.
uncle pranked you.
Yeah,
he texted us.
He got me.
Me too. Yeah, he texted
I know
me.
we're
We
talking
all
about
in on it.
something. Will ain't said.
Well, we'll get some money, though.
I know, you know Tommy's temper. Now he's not speaking to us for the next month.
Just so y'all know, Tommy needs to host a show, Ready to Grudge.
He can hold one, can he?
Welcome back. We got some people that really want to whoop somebody's ass. And you know what? I want to help y'all out with that.
You and Steve could host that.
Yeah, both of them. That would be perfect. That's a great show.
All right. Well, congratulations again, nephew. Again, go to vote.mtv.com. Vote for Ready to Love.
Thank you. Thank y'all. I appreciate it.
Hey, y'all, just real quick and closing. I just want to say, we heard from Attorney Crump today, and we heard from the brother of George Floyd, Philonise Floyd. And it was great from my standpoint to be able to hear Philonise laugh. I mean, man, look, when you lose a loved one, it's not a good period. Your brother? Oh, my God. Your brother, man? Your mother's already gone, now your brother. Them some pretty key people in a person's life, man. But to hear him laughing today was music to our ears, man. And to finally get a victory for all of us, and to watch the dignity that the Floyd family behaved in during this entire time, we got some folks we can be proud of, and the Floyd family is definitely that family. And his daughter said it best, my daddy gonna change the world. Well, little girl, you're exactly right. Your father has put a footprint in the sand that no amount of wind gonna be able to blow over. And congratulations and thank you so much to the Floyd family for your strength, your grace, and your dignity. You made us all proud. And now we got some more work to do. Let's keep voting and let's keep changing policy. This is the Steve Harvey Morning Show. We will see y'all tomorrow. Talk to God. He'd love to hear from you. Talk to you.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.